Good afternoon to all of my friends out there on the interwebs. Shaun Tabatt here from the Shaun Tabatt Show, and this is the July 2nd, 2019 edition of the Shaun Tabatt Show Almost Daily. This show is brand new. This is only the second episode, and so what this will ultimately be is going to be kind of organic and evolving, but at this point, you can think of it as a sort of daily vlog where I give you an update on some of the interesting things that I am working on. What does a marketing, publishing, coffee consuming crazy guy do all day behind the scenes? Well, hey, watch this show on a daily basis and you just might find out. Speaking of coffee, if you have been following me for any length of time, you know that my first rule of coffee is hashtag find coffee. One of the difficulties I found moving to central Illinois 2 years ago is that I am in a sort of a coffee desert. It is very difficult for me to track down any sort of good coffee from a local coffee shop. We do have a few options, but nothing consistent or really that gets me excited. So one of the huge blessings I discovered last year was this coffee service called Misto Box, and this is a service where you can get coffee on a monthly basis or a weekly basis if you want to spend that kind of cash and have coffee delivered right to your door. In fact, let me show you a picture of one of my favorites that I am drinking right now. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Quill's Coffee. My current selection is the Southern Gothic, which has kind of some notes of caramel and chocolate. And so, yeah, I've definitely been enjoying the interesting service from Misto Box. Basically, you create a coffee profile, tell them the things you like, the things you don't, rate the coffees after you've tried them, and you can either choose your own or have one of their coffee loving professionals choose coffee for you. Anyways, if you want to give Misto Box a try, use my code. Well, use my link actually. See if I can figure out where I point my finger. Go to shauntabatt.com/coffee. That will redirect you to the Misto Box website. And yeah, if you use my code there, you will get $10 off your first order. I've been using their service for about, 5-6 months now, and I just look forward to a new shipment of coffee at the first of every month. So definitely one of my favorite things, coffee. It makes me happy. It keeps me functional. So enough about coffee. I even actually have some coffee here that I'm drinking in this fabulous, fabulous mug that I got from my wonderful author friend, Laura Harris Smith. I don't remember if I don't think she sent this to me for my birthday. I think it was my anniversary. I think my 4-year anniversary at Baker Publishing Group. So Laura, cups raised to you. Thanks for my wonderful prescription coffee mug there. What are some of the things that I do behind the scenes? I don't talk a lot about what it's like to be a kind of marketing, PR, acquisitions guy on a daily basis. But in my work, formerly with Chosen Books and now with Destiny Image, I actually get to work with a lot of different seer and prophetic authors and kind of voices and people behind the scenes. One of the interesting things that started emerging about 2 years ago is I had a lot of people consistently speaking over me, praying over me about that I would move into this season where I am just doing a lot of ministry to authors and influencers. And at the time, I was like, yeah, I kind of see that. I definitely work with a lot of authors, and I try to be encouraging and pray for them should the need or the opportunity arise. But it wasn't a consistent thread in my day-to-day life. And now I'm in a season where I am just praying for and encouraging authors on a very, very regular basis. Let's get that coffee off the screen there. Eventually, I'm going to get this whole software thing figured out here. And so, yeah, even today, I had a couple of different phone calls with some authors, got to hear about their concerns, what's going on in life and writing and ministry, and just pray for them and encourage them. I'm regularly texting with authors, just looking for ways to encourage them in the day-to-day and, pray into what I see God doing through their work and through their ministry. So for me, that's just been a real joy in this season as I've seen what was spoken over me, what was prayed over me, come to life, come to fruition. I never would have thought I would have this focus of my life where I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes, ministering to and encouraging authors and leaders and influencers, but yet here I am, and it's a big part of what I do, and it is one of my great joys. So definitely enjoy that. What else do I want to talk to y'all about this afternoon? New episode of the Shaun Tabatt Show released today, episode 255. That was an episode with my good friend Shae Bynes. She has a podcast called the Kingdom Driven Entrepreneur Podcast. You can find her at kingdomdrivenentrepreneur.com. For this interview, we wanted to sit down and talk about her book. Goodness, I'm going to forget the title. Let me look at my notes. I don't have it written down. Nope. Now I'm going to have to look it up. You're going to have to bear with me. This is just live on the fly. Shaun did not write down good scripted notes for this episode. So we were talking about Shae's most recent book, The Kingdom Driven Entrepreneur's Guide, Doing Business God's Way. Let's see if we can get that up on the screen. There is Shae right there. Eventually I will figure this out. Whoa. So, anyhow, I had a great time talking to her about her book, and it was just fun to get into some of the backstory, the behind the scenes of, I think my favorite part was she talks about where she felt like God was telling her it was time to leave her job. And so she goes to her boss and says, yeah, I'm done in 30 days. And her boss is like, where are you going? And she's like, I don't know. She didn't say this to her boss, but she felt like God was telling her to leave and move into entrepreneurship and doing her own thing. And that sparks this crazy journey that has led to multiple books that she's written and a huge community around her. And so we get into a lot of that in the story. I love every interview I get to do for the Shaun Tabatt Show, but this conversation with Shae is probably one of the better ones that I've had in the past several months. So head on over to shauntabatt.com/255 and you can listen to my conversation with Shae. That was just a lot of fun. I hear somebody with a weed whacker outside, which is just, hey, this is real life. Live streaming, you never know what's going to happen. One of my 9, soon to be 10 children could walk through the door at any time and interrupt us. So we will just live on the edge and keep moving forward with weed whackers and all. But hey, this is part of learning to do live streaming in the environment that I have. Another book, if Shae's story sounds kind of interesting to you, another book that you're going to want to be on the lookout for is The Kingdom Empowered Entrepreneur, Awakening Your Supernatural Edge by Matthew Bell. This is a book published by Destiny Image. It's going to be coming out 2 weeks from today. Matt and I have been trading some emails. We haven't locked in an official date yet to record an interview, but just know that Matt and I will be having a conversation, and so you can expect to see that on the Shaun Tabatt Show yet here in July. And moving on, I want to tell you about a new project. I'm just in this fun season where I have had so many things burning in me to do, and I'm just getting to a place now in life and things are switching up where I'm chasing after some stuff that has been on my heart for a while. So one of the things that I've been thinking about for a while is what you might call a tribe of spiritual mentors project, if you will. I've really enjoyed Tim Ferriss's books, like his book Tribe of Mentors, Benjamin Spall and Michael Zander's book My Morning Routine. And as I read those books, I thought, wouldn't it be great if there was some kind of a similar resource that dealt with spiritual formation? So what if you had the opportunity to sit down with some of your favorite authors and ministers and leaders? What if you could sit down with Bill Johnson or Chris Valentin or Ed Silvoso, whoever it is, pick your favorite, and what if you could ask them all the questions you wanted to ask them? What if you were curious about their quiet time, their prayer practices, the books that have impacted them most? When did they get baptized in the Holy Spirit? That sort of a thing. Those are the kind of things I want to go after. But I'd like to solicit help from the community. Of those of you who are fans and friends and followers online, would love to get your feedback on, if you could ask 3 questions of the who's who of your favorite leaders, influencers, authors, what are the 3 questions you would ask them? And then would love for you to just give me a few of the people that you might like to see be a part of this project. So if you would like to help me get the ball rolling and maybe steer some of the questions that are asked, who knows? Maybe your questions will become part of the project. You can head over to shauntabatt.com/survey. It's a very simple survey. I'm looking for you to tell me the 3 questions you think you would like to see included in the survey. and give me a list of a few of the authors, pastors, leaders who you would like me to reach out to and interview and have be a part of the project. So more on that as it unfolds, but this is an idea that I had, a couple of years ago, and I'm just excited to take a stab at it and see what I'm able to do with it. What else do I want to talk about today? New music. I've been enjoying Brandon Lake's single from Bethel Music called "This Is a Move." We had this song introduced to us, 3-4 months ago at church, and so excited to see Brandon get his rendition out. It is on repeat on my iPhone, and it keeps me going throughout the day. So definitely one of the songs that I like to sing along to. I will be sure to include a link in the notes for today's episode. So if you want to check out Brandon's new song, "This Is a Move," I think it is highly worth your time. Also, if you would like to connect with me, you can send an email on over to show@shauntabatt.com. A few of prayer requests. Heck, I might even pray for you live on the broadcast. If you have questions related to marketing, PR, and publishing, would love to start entertaining some of those live on the show. Or if you have guest suggestions or ideas for future episodes of the Shaun Tabatt Show podcast, please drop me a line at show@shauntabatt.com. Anyhow, thank you so much for enduring, getting to the end of our second official day of the Shaun Tabatt Show almost daily. I'm excited to be learning and kind of testing out this new communication methodology, if you will, and looking forward to sharing with you all more in the future. Have a blessed evening. We'll talk to you again soon.